This is great. Our great nation.
Number one, they get the Dark Star. Keys to the game. That's good. So number one is urgency. And you know, the time is now. It's been long enough. I want to see some happening in the stand, some energy, just getting up off the field, helping each other. Something like that. Laser focus. Just not, you know, not the desperation, but a sense of purpose.
Hey guys, so I guess we just finished round 5. We lost this one, so it was a tough break. For me, I think coming into this tournament, I didn't have, a lot of people were being really supportive, kind of hyping me up. I don't think I had as high expectations as people had for me. But that also comes from the fact that I have some experience playing chess. I know what goes into it. I know that if you don't compete for 3 years, don't study for 5+ years, and play a lot of, online chess, it conditions you away from, these good performances that, are maybe to be expected from a guy who's very regularly playing. So that being said, definitely disappointing no matter what world you're in. Lost a low-rated player, I guess much lower-rated. A lot of Canadians, I feel like, have these underrated FIDEs, and that was no exception for my game today. Decided to go for a Sicilian against my opponent, Neil, and basically the game got really sharp. I feel like I'm calculating really slow, sluggish. That's something I've noticed the whole tournament so far. I don't really want to take a lot of risks because I'm not calculating well, and I'm not reaching conclusions in my calculations where I'm actually getting an evaluation and applying it to the position. So I've really noticed that I'm kind of like exhausted in general. Nothing crazy, but 2 games a day takes a toll. And I think I'm calculating really slow, really sluggish. So I feel that. I really notice it in my games. And today I went for a sharper line, Sicilian Taimanov. My opponent probably played a pretty good game. I haven't checked it with the engine or anything, but there was definitely a key battle going on for this, me playing knight f6. In the opening, I really delayed it, spent a long time playing the move h5. I finally did because I wanted to anchor the g4 square for my knight if I did play knight f6. And the whole game basically revolved around me playing knight f6 and having to be prepared for my opponent to play e5. In the end, he never did, but the move e5 was the reason why I couldn't bring my knight out as early as I wanted. So we had h5, eventually I got bishop e7, and finally my knight developed to f6. And although I found his rook f1, rook f3 really strange, over the board I couldn't really solve it. I couldn't really get anything going. And I just decided to go for something really speculative. I played bishop takes knight on c3, knight takes on e4 eventually, and yeah, I guess I definitely underestimated the b3 resource. So after queen d2, queen a4, b3, this move is super strong. Stops queen a1, queen a3, there's always bishop b2, so it doesn't exist basically. Forces my queen back, and it just solves all of white's problems. So this move was super strong, but in general, I just feel like I'm not calculating well, and I'm sort of taking the moves as they come, as opposed to calculating, reaching a conclusion, and then saying, okay, yeah, that looks good, I'll go for it. My opponent was just calculating better than me today, so I can say that for sure. And yeah, the way the game went, played out to the end, I think, the line just works for him. And I was really low on time there, so I didn't have a lot of time to verify that, but yeah, I think he just calculated that a bit better than me, although I didn't have much of a choice, kind of had to go for it. So yeah, it sucks to lose a game. It's our first loss, so I guess I don't even have an undefeated streak to talk about anymore. But it is what it is. We're in the middle of the tournament. It's been nice to see all the support and people enjoying the broadcast that we've been putting on while it's been live. And on top of that, we got Blitz tonight. So, maybe loosen things up a little bit, play what I've been playing on stream on Twitch for the last years. Probably go a bit better for me. I hope it does. So I'm going to head to the Blitz tournament now. It's happening this evening. There's no double round, and tomorrow morning I'm back at it for, I guess it's going to be round 6.
Guys, bounty is still on. Illegal move, if claimed, loses the game instantly. You have extra queens. I would ideally keep them behind the clock. You don't want any issues with somebody hiding queens underneath the table in their hand. That's a reference to something if you're up to date on. Okay. Any second, guys. Not even 10,000 steps yet. Go!
Okay.
He's a very ambitious guy, very funny guy, has a very nice sense of humor. A dear friend of mine, Aman. Aman, come on up. Aman. He's used to collecting first, that's why he's hesitant to like. Come on.
I didn't think I had enough for third one.
Congrats. Bob?
There you go.
Guys, just got done Blitz tournament at the Canadian Open. I'm going to tell you guys more about that later, but honestly, I don't think this food can wait any longer. It's so exciting to have dinner at the end of a long day. I'm looking forward to it. My prized possession. I don't think I've won a trophy in like maybe 15 years or something like that. But hey, got a trophy for the Blitz tournament. Third place. Yeah, take what you can get out of here in Hamilton, Ontario. Hey, what's up everybody? Checking in with you guys again after a pretty long day. It's really starting to get to me, honestly. These 2 games a day is just killing me. I have no energy at the end of the day, but I thought since I kind of have a headache tonight, I'm going to see if I can work it off in the gym. A little late night sesh. Usually when I'm staying at hotels, that's what I like to do. So giving it a go, see if it helps me in my game tomorrow. Today, 2 rounds, but honestly, the one in the morning I was able to get through pretty easily. I was playing my opponent, Samuel Heron-Boyley from Nova Scotia, which is actually where I'm from as well. And I'm going to be playing a tournament in Nova Scotia at the end of the month called the Mayflower Open. So stay tuned for coverage of that, speaking of. But yeah, he was with the black pieces and honestly just made this decision early on. He played bishop takes c3 and just gave away his dark square bishop for my knight. I thought there was no reason to do that. So I just think that's an error that he can definitely learn from, giving away the bishop for basically no reason. Even my knight takes back, so there's no double pawns. But he's really a solid player and he was quite resilient defensively throughout the game. But after I got the bishop pair, I was able to mount an attack with b3, queen b2, b4, and b5. And once the b file opened up, I was able to find this pretty nice move, bishop takes a7 check. A few moves later, which is a really nice tactic. If knight takes, there's checkmate. And if king takes, then I win the queen. So that was a cool move to make. But otherwise, yeah, it was a pretty smooth game. I did use a lot of my time, as usual, but I don't think there were any issues with converting this one. So I was pretty happy with this game in the morning, finally getting back in the win column. Suffered some draws, losses early on, but I do feel as the tournament's going on that I'm getting warmed up.
So that's a good feeling. Also, we have my next game that I played against Max England. This was in the evening, and this game was also interesting because I lost the game in this tournament against my opponent who played against my Sicilian, and my Taimanov has been a little bit shaky, I got to admit. So when I saw my opponent playing the E4, and I played the Sicilian as well, when he was playing the exact same moves as my previous loss, I was like, hang on, slow down, don't just play the exact same. So I decided to change it up at the board. I switched to a Con Sicilian, which is a bit of a different move order. Instead of bringing the knight out to C6 early, you start with A6. And I think that threw him off because after A6 he played, he continued knight C3, but he eventually played bishop E3 after queen C7. And I think this is just maybe a mistake or an inaccuracy. And I felt that he was trying to play bishop E3 so that if I played knight C6, hey, we transposed perfectly. But no, I had no intention of doing that. I hit him with bishop B4, and after bishop D2, clearly he's kind of admitting he's made a mistake in the opening, right? Nobody plays bishop E3 and just goes back. So I felt really confident after that. I knew that I wasn't in any prep. I knew that he was, definitely behind right out of the gate. So that gave me like a good confidence boost for that game. Bit of a shaky moment when I played knight takes H2 in this game. Did not see queen G5, and evidently neither did my opponent. So blind spot there for both of us. That would have been a really strong move for white, yielding him an advantage, but he didn't see it. I didn't even notice it. So it's not like I saw it at the board and I was panicking. Just didn't see it at all. So apart from that, honestly, the game was pretty smooth. I think later on, after B takes C3, B takes C3 eventually, when I played this move A5, I felt great. I had the two bishops, and really I think it's like a very nice masterpiece from there on out, using the bishop pair and just dominating the board. So I was really happy with this game. It was a long one as well, so definitely getting into the late stages of the evening just a couple hours ago, and yeah, I wasn't feeling too great all day. Headache, didn't have the right food the night before, didn't have a ton of sleep. So I'm just hoping that I can get a quick pump on and jump into bed early tonight, and I got another morning round tomorrow. So that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna hit these weights, and we'll see you guys soon.
This is great. Our great nation.
Number one, they get the dark star. Keys to the game. That's good. So number one is urgency. And the time is now. It's been long enough. I want to see some pep in the stand, some energy, just getting up off the field, helping each other, something like that. Laser focus.
up, guys? As you can see, we're at a Hamilton Tiger Cats football game right now. It's pretty fun, just halftime, but I thought I'd check in and let you guys know what happened in my game this morning. Honestly, it's one of the best games I played this tournament. I don't have too many clean ones, but this one was great. So I was really proud of it, and it was a bit of a positional kind of masterpiece, so my style of game. Started in the opening. The critical move that I got in was after he played this move, knight b to d7. I was thinking he should have played bishop e7, because knight b to d7 allows me to play e4, and after e4, I have this nice trick after b4, e takes d5, and if b takes c3, I can play d takes e6, and I think the complications are good for me there, sacking a piece. So he played this move bishop b4, and the resulting complications, I think I navigated them really well because I knew that I was going to get this position where my bishop is going to be on b4. That stops him from castling, and the really key continuation, which I was most proud of, was knight b8, intending knight a6 or knight c6. Well, I hit him with a4. I'm going to take on b5 no matter what move he does, and after he took on a4, rook f to c1, and as you can see, the guy's toast after that. He can't castle, he can't move any pieces at all, so it was like a total prison sentence for all those pieces. It's a great game, so I'm happy with it. Really clean win, but yeah, after that, you know, we gotta take some time off and check out the football game. So it's been a good one here in Hamilton. The boys are up right now at halftime, so we'll see if we can secure the win and see if I can secure the win for my last round game tomorrow. So I'll check in with you guys later.
Thank you, Sean. He volunteered as a scribe last night. He kept up with the fastest game. This guy knows how to write down moves. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Thank you, Sean, for your contribution last night. Okay. With that, we'll do one last round. Please start your clocks and enjoy.
Well, I'm back home in Toronto now, guys. Just finished the Canadian Open. As you guys know, my first tournament in 3+ years. So pretty crazy journey for me getting back into chess. It's been a lot of work. I just had my round 9 game today. That was against Kusha, who you guys might know, Mr. Kusha. He played a great game against me, and I had the black pieces. I just couldn't get anything going, although I was happy with the opening. I noticed that he played a similar opening to a previous game in the same tournament that I had lost. So that's usually good preparation when you target that. But I had checked the line a little bit. He played a closed Sicilian with knight c3, and then went for this f4 kind of Grand Prix style. And I was happy with how the opening went. After knight e5, knight takes c6, bishop takes c6. I mean, I think the trades are nice for me, and what stood out to me as my main chance to keep some life in the position and maybe play for, you know, some chances on both sides of the board was when he played the move a4, maybe b takes a3 is kind of the way to go. So I kind of regretted not creating an open b file for myself to use. And after that, you know, the move c4, I'm always trying to get it in, but I completely overestimated it because white just plays d4 at all times, and I just don't have anything down the c file. c4, c3, c2, c1, they're all covered. My knight on b6 doing nothing. So I really played the move d4 near the end of the game, which offered a trade of light square bishops, and this simplified everything into basically a draw. I wasn't too happy to play the move, but I didn't see any way to make c4 work, and he played a solid game. So yeah, I just couldn't break through and drew my last round game, which means I finished the tournament with 6.5 points out of 9. I had 3 draws in the event. I had 1 loss. I think that was back in round 5, and then I won the rest of my games. So overall, pretty decent tournament, all things considered. But you know, of course, I'm going to be critical of myself. Every opponent I played was much lower rated than me, and as a result, I'm losing lots of FIDE points for sure from this performance. So it was no performance even close to GM caliber, but you know, I've been focused on the content and the entertainment for so long, so it's just kind of nice to get back into it. So it feels good to be back home here. I'm looking to play more tournaments and hope to keep bringing you guys this sort of behind the scenes look and live camera feed while I'm playing. I think that that was a big hit and a lot of people tuned into that. So I appreciate everyone's support during the event, messages, you know, joining the chat, everything like that. Seeing everyone following along was really special for me and helped a lot. So yeah, for me guys, you know, this is the end of our vlog. I hope you enjoyed both parts, getting a look at, you know, behind the scenes, but I'll see you guys maybe for the next tournament that I play, and for now I'll say goodbye, and you know, thanks for watching the live coverage, and thanks for tuning into the vlog. See you guys for the next one.
Let's get it.